Porsche, the company that designs cars that look the same as before. The new 2024 Porsche Cayenne facelift is no exception. It may look similar to the pre-facelift version, but it previews what will come in the new Porsche lineup. Let's have a look to see if the new Porsche Cayenne facelift is worth it or not. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Cars and More. This is the #1 place to be for car news and reviews. Sit back, buckle up, let's go. So, starting from the front, and the design may look similar to the old pre-facelift Porsche Cayenne, but if you look closer you will see some changes. To start with, you get a new headlight design that is more squared off than before. You also get new graphics in them which again are more squared off and sportier as well as more modern. Lower down we get a new bumper design that is sharper and sportier. Overall note, if you didn't know there was a facelift for the new Porsche Cayenne, you wouldn't be able to spot the changes. Moving around to the side of the new Cayenne, and we get the same design as before. This means we get a classical Porsche silhouette, but we also get some new colour and wheel options. Moving around to the back, and you will be able to notice some bigger changes. To start with, the number plate position has been moved lower down onto the bumper, bringing it in line with the coupe version of the Cayenne. This also means we get a new light bar and Porsche lettering, which makes this car look sportier. The bumper is also quite sporty with its twin exhausts, but it still looks quite premium. Let's have a look at the engines that you can have with the new Porsche Cayenne facelift. So, the engine range has been tweaked for the facelift. To start with, we get a new entry-level model called the Cayenne. This uses a 3-litre V6 engine which has 350 brake horsepower, and it can do 0 to 62 in 6 seconds with a top speed of 154 miles per hour. Next up in the range is the Cayenne E-Hybrid. This uses a plug-in hybrid setup with a 3-litre V6 engine with 298 brake horsepower, but it also has an electric motor with 170 brake horsepower, with a combined power output of 465 brake horsepower. On electric power alone you can travel for about 45 miles on a single charge, but overall performance is 0 to 62 time of 4.9 seconds and a top speed of 158 miles per hour. The next version in the Cayenne lineup is the Cayenne S. This uses a 4-litre V8 engine with 470 brake horsepower and a top speed of 170 miles per hour. 0 to 62 is dealt with in 5 seconds, which is pretty quick for this size of car. Next up, just like the normal Cayenne model, you get a plug-in hybrid version of the Cayenne S called the Cayenne S E-Hybrid. This uses a 3-litre V6 with 350 brake horsepower, but again it is backed up by an electric motor making 515 brake horsepower in total. Electric only range is about 50 miles and you can do 0 to 62 in 4.7 seconds with a top speed of 163 miles per hour. Finally, there is a top of the range model. This is the Cayenne Turbo E-Hybrid. This uses a 4-litre V8 engine with 595 brake horsepower and a 170 brake horsepower electric motor, giving a total of 735 brake horsepower. This has 950 Nm of torque and it will make the car do 0 to 62 in 3.7 seconds, which is very quick. It also has a top speed of 183 miles per hour. Electric only range is still brilliant at 45 miles. The price of the Porsche Cayenne facelift starts at £70,400. Let's have a look at the interior. So, getting inside the new Porsche Cayenne facelift and you are welcomed with a whole new interior. To start with, for the first time in an internal combustion engine model, we get a fully digital instrument cluster with new graphics and your 5-dial setup. We also get a new dashboard design with a gear selector on the dashboard, just like the Porsche Taycan, and a new infotainment system. Lower down on the centre console we do get some touch sensitive buttons for the climate control as well as some physical controls. We also get some storage compartments too. The seats are comfy and supportive and the overall feel is very premium and modern. Let's have a look at the rear seats. So, getting into the back of the Porsche Cayenne, and there's no surprise that we get a decent amount of legroom as well as headroom. The premium materials also continue into the rear with leather on the door cards and a metal feel on the door handles as well as piano black plastic. You can also slide the rear seat bench and have your own climate control switches. Let's have a look at the boot. So, opening the boot electronically and you are welcomed with 695 litres of boot space with the seats up. If you fold the seats down you get a further 1,708 litres of boot space. That is quite impressive. So, what do I think of the new Porsche Cayenne facelift then? Well, if you have a Porsche Cayenne that is of this generation, then personally there is no point in changing it to this model. But if you want a new Porsche SUV, then this may be the one to go for. If this is the future of Porsche, then we have some exciting cars to look forward to in the future. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.